Cheers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my What We Know So Far video for Doctor Who The Ghost Momentum. Now this is episode 2, very excited for this one. Seems to, well, what I hope to be my favourite episode this season. I don't know whether that will actually pay off, but there's like a theory that I've got, how these are really going to work. I probably should start with that. Is that we'll start off with the synopsis. I'll talk about any theories and stuff that I've got. Talk about some of the promo pics, even if they're interesting, which I'll also get to later. And talk about guest stars as well. Not necessarily in that order. Okay, so first I'll do the synopsis as it's up on my phone. Still reeling from their first encounter, the Doctor and her new friends fight to stay alive long enough in a hostile alien environment to solve the mystery of desolation. That's how it's pronounced. So this seems to me like the general mystery story that we got in the first episode, partly. Something is... well, desolation means death and killing. So, a murder needs to be solved, and then the Doctor gets involved in doing that. The guest stars for this episode, I think the female, she's called Susan Lynch, if that's pronounced correctly, and the other person is, I think his name is Sean Dooley. That's not pronounced correctly, sorry, but they are going to be in this episode, and you can actually sort of work out where they are because of the trailer and then the trailer a couple of times. So, there's a ship in the trailer, and the ship that comes across is something that you see him flying, in fact, in the trailer, which does kind of excite... Actually, in terms of guest stars, maybe Mark Addy is in this episode as well because of the sort of scenery that he's in. It's kind of dark, and a lot of the scenery that they're in their guest star thing is kind of dark as well. This was the episode that they went to Cape Town to film some of. But, yeah, right. The promo pics are... they reveal nothing. They just show characters and show the setting a bit, nothing to do with the villain, which is good, by the way. Nothing to do with the villain, just shows people in places and stuff. The Doctor doing some stuff. Now, there's one shot and Ryan's basically got a space gun. Now that makes me think that they've been employed or put into and joined this group of people to solve the desolation. And whatever the desolation is, you know, in the most Chris Chibnall-y way possible, it will be something interesting. But obviously I can't predict the future of what the episode is going to be like. But the desolation to me sounds like a murder. And maybe they're involved in trying to solve it, which is when they encounter their bad guys. Now, the episode... next time trailer features is shot and they're standing in Cape Town, they're being shot at. Now people have said that they're either Zygons or they're Zygons or Centaurians or something. They look like the hazmat things from Stranger Things. I said this in a previous video, so that makes me think that they can't survive our normal atmosphere, therefore they have to wear those suits. And that is the only thing that I can think about that I can think actually relates to their villaininess and how they could be a villain. My theory, right, for this episode, so last week we saw them sort of stranded in space and trying to find the TARDIS, and they're stranded in space, and then they turn around and Doctor turns around and her companions are behind her also dying in space. Now, at this point, I think that the beginning of the next episode will have that ending again. So it'll say, like, previously at the bottom, and then they'll start playing that last scene up until that point. And then when it does, we see a picture, there's the picture of the trailer, and then this big ship comes flying across. And I think that will be repeated again in some form. So I think a big ship's basically going to fly across, pick them up, and it will allow them to then join the ranks of these people, and episode 2 will begin. In terms of when the review for it will actually come out, it's coming out live as usual. Not quite sure on time or not, because I'm at work and it might be pushing it, so maybe a little bit after. But it'll work out fine. I think that's everything I've got to talk about this episode. I'm very excited for it. Episode 1 was very good. I'm still standing by that. And I think that Jodie Whittaker is going to be a good Doctor. I'm looking forward to seeing her in an actual scenario instead of just them trying to set up characters and stuff like that in an episode. I don't know whether this will be my favourite, but it's the one that I'm most looking forward to from the trailers. But the trailers have only revealed, really, the first 2 episodes. Maybe 3. And then they've kept kind of 7 to 10 pretty hidden. I don't think that we've even got the episode titles for 3 and 4 and 5 and onwards. So this series of what we know so far is going to be absolutely rubbish because I don't know anything. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. This has been DAJ Series. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and I shall see you soon.